Hey everybody on YouTube, this is Dan Leone, Plastic Model Building 101. Sorry I've been away from YouTube for a long period of time. Just had a lot of things going on, especially in my personal life. Anyway, but I'm not going to get into detail with that. But now I finally got some breathing space and plenty of free time and opportunity. I'd like to tell you about my next building topic. My next building topic, I have been watching a lot of documentaries, and especially I saw the movie 7 Days in Entebbe, which to me was a very, very good movie, very, very well done and so forth. Yeah, there's a couple of inaccuracies in it, but that's Hollywood for you. Anyway, my next model that I'm going to start building as far as commemorating the Arab-Israeli wars. I started off doing the Arab-Israeli War of 1948, where Israel was flying the Avia 199, which was the Czechoslovakian-built Messerschmitts. They were very hard to handle. A lot of them were lost in flying accidents, ground looping accidents, but you know, the Israelis were so hard up for aircraft, it wasn't even funny. But anyway, I'm not going to get too much in detail about that. If you really want to know more about the Israeli Air Force, there is a DVD that's out. It's called The History of the IAF, Above and Beyond. And it's about the history of the Israeli Air Force. It's a good DVD. I highly recommend getting it. And man, you just can't go wrong. Anyway, okay, on to the building. All right. The model aircraft I'm going to build is the Tamiya 148 scale Mig-15. Yes. Now, the Arabs, especially the Egyptians and the Syrians, flew these because there was a lot of Russian influence, especially in Syria and in Egypt. And the Mig-15, even though it was very well known in the Korean War, or should I say, for you politically correct people out there, the Korean conflict or the Korean police action. Don't get me started on that. You know, that's where the MiG was shown off. The Mig-15, it's a very well-known fighter, still to this day. There's even some countries that still use the Mig-15, the Mig-15 UTI, which is the two-seater version, and they use that for training and so forth. So anyway, getting involved in the building, I'm going to be putting this in Arab markings, such as I might either do Egyptian or Syrian. Now, especially with this kit, there's like three sets of kits. You have red Chinese, Russian, and North Korean. A lot of other air forces flew the Mig-15. The Cubans flew them. The Syrians flew them. The Egyptians flew them. All around Africa, Libya, all the countries that had Russian influence, they flew the Mig-15. So anyway, now as far as painting and decals, there's a lot of aftermarket kits and a lot of aftermarket kits, aftermarket decals or decals for you Europeans out there, and tomato, potato. Okay. Anyway, so I've built several examples of this kit, and I have to tell you, Tamiya, bar none, they have really gone forward with this kit, bar none. Tamiya, all you do is just put a tube of glue and some paint and some brushes and a knife, shake the kit, and presto, the kit is done. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. Anyway, Tamiya has also released the all silver version, and I've built that kit. Let me just tell you, if you do have the silver plated one, Make sure all the edges where you're going to glue everything together is sanded out, because it will, the paint will not, the glue will not stick. It will not cure to it. Now, if you want to get rid of the silver paint, my suggestion to you is soak everything in 409, and it'll get and all that silver plating will just come right off. Anyway, so that's a little tip right there. So anyway, now as far as painting the Mig-15, I have several. Put this over here. I have several. Put that right there. Several references, painting references that I can use, or you can use for that matter. Like for instance, I know this is a Mig-17, but Squadron makes really good books. It shows you like different, different types of MiGs that were used and so forth. It just shows you right there all the colors. Even it has a UTI and so forth. A lot of Eastern European countries use the MiGs, like Poland, Hungary, and so forth. Also, there's another book that's out right now called the Mig-15 versus the B-29 Super Fortress. Yes, this was during the Korean conflict, but if you really want to, a lot of interior shots and colors and all that also come in here. So books like these, I gotta tell you, they make great references. Now I found this one, believe it or not. I found this, believe it or not, at a secondhand bookstore, half-price bookstore, and I gotta tell you, the walk around of the Mig-15 Fagout. Now, the airplane, they called it the NATO call sign was the Fagout, not faggot, Fagout. Okay, no offense, please, no offense on that word, but anyway. But as you can see, great pictures of the Mig-15, and I'll show you like different. They've had different types of mods added, and still to this day, you can see the Mig-15s at their. Most of them are privately owned. Especially after the fall of the Eastern Bloc countries, a lot of, especially people from the United States, flocked over to the former Eastern Bloc countries and bought these MiGs, close to nothing. And of course, they don't tell you about the fuel consumption and the maintenance and all that. But you can still see a lot of these MiGs at air shows, flying museums, and so forth. The one that one Korean pilot defected in the United States during the Korean War, that airplane is being shown at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base Museum in Dayton, Ohio. I myself, I belong to the Vietnam War Flight Museum, and we do have a MiG-15. We do have a MiG-17 too. And like I told you, here's like different, if you can see it, different paint schemes of the MiGs, and Squadron. Like I said, Squadron Signal. It really makes a great painting reference and so forth. So anyway, I have a lot of books. Oh, and Osprey. Osprey makes really good books. This is the 6-Day War with Jordan and Syria. It just shows you all kinds of planes, paintings, and so forth. There are some reference guides and so forth you can use too, as far as with Osprey. Osprey, to me, hands down, they make that in Squadron. They make some really good painting references with the Mig-15. So anyway, I'm going to sign off now because my battery's just about to die out. But we will get started on building. And anyway. This is Dan Leone, Plastic Model Building 101, building the Mig-15. All right, good day and happy modeling.